All right, so moving from pregnancy to it is go time, baby is on his or her way, kind of walk us through what our hospital stay looks like and what parents can expect.
Sure. So usually when you get to the hospital, through the emergency room, unless you're about to deliver right then, which please don't wait that long, because labor and delivery nurses have to fly down to the ER and deliver you down there, and it's a little hectic and you might interrupt our breaks. So, you know. So they'll usually triage you in the emergency room, make sure that you're in labor, see how everything's going, put a heart rate on the baby, make sure that the baby's doing okay. If they find that you're in labor, then they'll bring you up to a birthing room. Most hospitals now, used to be you went one room to be in labor, and then they took you to another room while you were in such a comfortable state to a delivery room. Most of the hospitals now, it's a birthing suite. So you will go in there, you would labor, and then once you're ready to deliver, they take everything out that they need for the baby and for you, and you would deliver in that room. Also, a lot of times you may stay in there for your recovery too. Now, this is a question that everybody wants to ask, but nobody does. Will I poop during delivery? Everyone wants to ask it. And they say, if the answer is yes, this baby's staying right here because I'm not doing it. I'm not going through it. Well, trust me, working labor and delivery for 10 years. Okay, first of all, I had my son 35 years ago. I was very thin and he was very large, 9'3".
Oh.
And I pushed for 3 hours. Yes. They weren't very nice to the 18-year-old that was pregnant. No epidural, no meds. Let me push for 3 hours. Yes, this ginormous baby out. And I have to admit, I pooped when I was pushing. And my husband looked like, oh my God, what happened? The nurse made it like it was the most mortifying thing in the world. And my husband's like, you pooped. And I said, you try pushing this watermelon out and see what happens. I'm waiting for a kidney to fly out. Okay? So you might want to get to the other side of the room. Punch in the throat. So I have to say that it wasn't until 6 years later, when I went to nursing school and did my OB rotation, that I found out everybody poops. I was like, why isn't this written somewhere? For 6 years, I thought I was the only one. This must be known. People must know this. So 10 years in labor and delivery, I made sure I told every pushing mother that, okay, come on. We want to push like you're having a bowel movement. And if you do, you're doing it right. And if they did, you don't make a big deal about it, and you clean it up, and they were not traumatized for 6 years. So, yes, the answer is yes, and you will be absolutely fine. Okay. So then if you're having a C-section, you will be moved to an OR. When you're ready to deliver, they'll usually give you an epidural. In there, you won't feel much except some pressure when they're tugging the baby out, and then you'll go to a recovery room and then end up in a postpartum room where you'll stay until you go home. Usually 2 nights for a vaginal delivery and 3 to 4 nights if you have a C-section.
What are some things you recommend bringing to the hospital?
So we have some very long lists in the book that you can use when you're packing up your large suitcases. But the main things that you want to remember is your camera, phone chargers, your address book, because nobody knows anybody's phone number anymore. Lots of comfy clothes for you to wear, for your partner to wear, for the baby if you don't want to just keep them in the t-shirts that they have at the hospital. And you may want to bring something different to wear if you're going to have pictures taken there. So a lot of people don't think about that. All of a sudden they come in and they're like, oh, we're going to take pictures of you and the baby. And they're like, I don't have any makeup. I've got pajamas on. So I do tell them if you want to bring something else to change into or makeup or anything to do your hair, if you want to get those pictures taken, and plenty of snacks. Those are my main things you must bring. And please tell Dad to bring pajama bottoms, because we just don't want to see it. Oh, I can't tell you, I worked in midnights, so I cannot tell you how many times I walked in and Dad's walking around in his briefs, and I'm just like, hello. Not thinking anything of it, but yeah, so just kind of sneak some pajama bottoms in there. We appreciate it.